If you believe you have the most beautiful grandchild in the world, you probably have the grandfather thing. Saul Turtletaub is with us today to talk about his comic memoir about his grandson Max's first year, called The Grandfather Thing. Saul, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hello, Jenny.
How did you decide to write The Grandfather Thing?
I wrote it just as a bunch of stories as he was growing up to give to the family. That way I didn't have to buy them presents.
Did being a grandfather match up to what you expected it to be?
Yes, I think it did, and I think you have to make it match up. If you're asked to do stuff that you don't do, you say, I don't do that. You make it as easy or as hard as you want to, I guess. That's what's good about being grandfather.
Was there any kind of rivalry between you and Max's other grandfather?
There's no rivalry. Certainly not in names. He wanted to be called Pop-Pop, which I wouldn't want to be called if I were made out of ice cream. I wouldn't want that.
Max has a poem at the end of every chapter.
Yes, he's amazing.
Pretty profound.
Yeah, he really is. And the first one, he was only a month old when he wrote.
So it seems like your view of grandfatherhood changed from the time Max was born until his first birthday.
I never made believe that the baby under the age of 6 months is cute. Kids are, you don't look and say, oh, isn't that the cutest, most wonderful thing, until they smile, or until somebody's told me he's a great-looking kid, he looks like you. Then I found him attractive.
Does Max have you wrapped around his little finger?
You know what they do, Max and Ross now, his little brother, because I think we all want to be loved by someone. But you certainly want to be loved by your grandchildren, mainly because they will eventually be the one that decide whether you go into a home or not. So I got to be nice to him, because when he's 20, I'll be 86. So if he doesn't love me, I'll be in trouble. Who's going to take me to the mall?
So I hear you have another book. What's that about?
I did write a book about him, mainly because I didn't want him to grow up and say, Grandpa, you wrote a book about Max, how come you never wrote a book about me? So the book was called The Sibling Thing, about being a baby brother, and I had it written by Max. And it was called From Prince to Pest in only 4 years.
Who's the main audience for The Grandfather Thing?
I think the audience for it really are grandparents and parents. We have it in hospitals to bring to parents and grandparents when the mother is having a baby. It's I think, an enjoyable book.
The Grandfather Thing by Saul Turtletaub provides a loving and witty look at a man's most unique relationship and is a must-read for every grandparent.